Hey all, I'm Morgan Young, and this is Long Story Shorts. We are starting today's episode with the latest on a former mega church pastor who was released from jail on Tuesday after serving time in a child sex abuse case dating back to the 1980s. Cole Sullivan gets us up to speed.
We just heard from a Texas megachurch pastor who got out of jail on child sex crime charges today. Robert Morris once led the powerful Gateway Church in Southlake in North Texas. The church claimed 100,000 weekly worshipers, and Morris was listed as a spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump. Last year, he was arrested on child sex crime charges. A woman named Cindy Clemishire says that he inappropriately touched her starting when she was 12 in the 80s. Morris was arrested and charged. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail in Oklahoma, and he just got out this morning, records show. His lawyer issued a lengthy statement on his behalf. It's a page long. Take a look at it here. He speaks directly to Cindy Clemishire and her family, and he says, "What I did to Cindy decades ago was wrong. There's no other word for it, and there is no excuse for it." He says he is deeply sorry. He has carried the weight of that wrong for a long time, and he is grateful, genuinely grateful, he says, that the Clemishires had the courage to bring this to light. As for what's next, he says he doesn't have a grand announcement to make. Quote, "What I have is gratitude for Debbie, his wife, for my family, for those who loved me even when I was hardest to love, and for mercy that I do not deserve but have been given." He says he plans to live quietly and with integrity and to be the kind of husband, father, grandfather, and man who reflects that mercy in how he treats others. The full statement is here. Screenshot it. Let me know what you think.
Well, of course, I feel like it's too short. While I feel that, it was the alternative to going through years of a trial potentially and taking more of my time and more of my energy. While it's not enough, I don't know that there could ever be enough time served for stealing a child's life, because that's really what he did. He stole my future and my life away from me and changed the course of my life forever back in 1982. Protect your child in every way you can. And if you suspect anything, follow your gut and see it through and tell the right people.
His statement actually mentions your name, and he says, "I want to speak directly to Cindy and her family. What I did was wrong. There's no words for it." Would you ever speak directly to him again?
I probably would. There's always opportunity. Every survivor wants to hear their abuser apologize and take responsibility for it. And while he took responsibility when he pleaded guilty, there was no apology in person right then and there when he could have looked at me, could have looked at my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, all of us, and genuinely apologized and acknowledged the pain he caused. And that didn't happen.
On this quiet street, police say one house stood out. They say it wasn't just a home, it was a counterfeit jewelry shop. Investigators say the merchandise was sold online, but also displayed inside the house. They say the suspects had a card reader set up and a back room packed with more inventory.
It wasn't just somebody had a few counterfeit items and was trying to sell them. It was a full-blown sales operation.
Mesquite Police Lieutenant Michael Kelly says it's one of the biggest counterfeit cases his department has seen. 3 people were arrested and charged after police served a warrant at the home in October. Police say they recovered 3,700 fake jewelry pieces. They estimate the fake items were worth about $70,000 on the street and would have sold for about $9 million if they were the real thing.
The case was actually tipped off by a private investigator who works directly for these high-end manufacturers.
The case pulled in a private investigator working with the luxury brands, in addition to Mesquite Police and Homeland Security. So why put this much time and manpower into fake jewelry?
I get some people want to make money, but you know, this kind of activity does usually support other illegal activity that is much more heinous potentially than just buying, you know, a knockoff brand item.
Kelly says counterfeit operations are often linked to drug organizations and that the goods themselves can be hazardous, containing lead or mercury. What looks like a bargain could cost you more than you think. In Mesquite, I'm Luke Clary.
You're looking for flour, it's all gone.
Customers walked in looking for what they've always bought.
All gone. Yesterday was the last day.
But found out in real time, it's gone.
Can't believe this is happening.
I know.
At Endo Dispensary and Wellness in Plano, owners Maddie and Jade are now having that same conversation.
It just happened very fast.
A new Texas law forced them to pull most of their products off the shelves.
Just looking at it right now, it's a little upsetting. It's been a rough morning.
It bans most smokable hemp products, like THC flower, pre-rolls, and many products that make up the bulk of their business. Yesterday, the tube made $7,000 in sales. So far today, barely $50.
80% of our revenue. So our income was based on 85% of what just got banned. Yes.
So now they're being forced to pivot, not just with what they sell, but what their business even is. Instead of just cannabis products, they'll use the space for live music, events, and community gatherings. Anything to stay afloat.
It's just going to slow people down from continuing their business.
They're intoxicating products.
Supporters of the law, like Betsy Jones with Texans for Safe and Drug-Free Youth, says this closes a loophole that allowed intoxicating products to be sold with little oversight.
It's a billion-dollar industry, but the people who are profiting from this industry are the ones who should be paying for the costs.
No disposables, no wax.
And back at the shop, the impact is immediate. Customers walking in expecting one thing, leaving with nothing.
I'm sorry, guys.
Because having to turn away their customers...
Take care. Thank you, guys.
...is something they're still trying to get used to. In Plano, I'm Richard Solomon.
This makeshift memorial at historic Stop 6 Park, a reminder of the gun violence that took Sienna Boone last December, an innocent bystander at the park.
She was going somewhere.
And a reminder why Tina James started Safe in the Six.
It's our children, it's our homes, it's our schools, it's our churches. We should be the first line of defense when it comes to saving our community.
Still, Tina welcomes federal, state, and local law enforcement expanding Project Safe Neighborhoods, targeting more areas hard hit by violent crime.
Our mission is to remove violent criminals from these streets and restore safety to our homes and businesses.
Officials will focus on data, repeat offenders, and a crackdown on drugs and illegal weapons.
Drug trafficking, it's inevitably linked to violent crime.
Now, with Fort Worth at the center, Project Safe Neighborhoods expands into northwest and northeast Dallas to Amarillo and Lubbock. The expansion even targets criminals' unsuspected trafficking techniques.
When the Postal Service becomes an unwitting courier for illegal drugs or firearms, postal inspectors are there to investigate.
We leverage these partnerships to identify and target the most prolific, violent, and dangerous offenders.
To the chucklehead outlaws that may catch this, the light will be left on at the end.
Fentanyl is overrunning our communities.
And shedding light on Project Safe neighborhood programs is part of Eric Bowie's job, so everyone feels safe at home.
We want to make it safer for the kids to go outside without worrying about catching a stray bullet or just any kind of violent crime.
We have to be a part of changing.
And that's something Tina James believes will help stop future deadly violence where she lives. In Fort Worth, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Starting today, if you are a Texan who receives SNAP benefits, there are a number of items you can no longer purchase with those benefits. Here is a list of just some of those items, many of them sugary foods and drinks. So why is this happening now? Well, last legislative session, lawmakers got together and passed a law that said that those receiving SNAP benefits could no longer buy certain foods. They did this, quote, to be aligned with the Make America Healthy Again movement. Under this new law, any food or drinks purchased with SNAP benefits cannot have any more than 5 grams of added sugar. They also cannot have any artificial sweeteners added. Right now, we know that this law will affect at least 3 million Texans. Supporters of the law say that this is going to help people have a more nutritious diet, help guide them to healthier alternatives. Opposers say that the SNAP program itself and the powers that be there should be the ones to decide what SNAP benefit users can buy, not the overarching government. They also say this doesn't solve real food problems that we have, like access to nutritious food. You'll know stepping into Whole Foods or Sprouts or even the organic section at Kroger or Walmart that those foods are typically much, much higher in cost than the processed foods on other shelves.
The Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center is literally being split apart right now. Construction just started on the big disconnect to structurally separate the part of the convention center that stretches over Lamar Street. Real quick, my name is Janelle Fort, and I'm a journalist based in Dallas. And this is one of the more visible steps in the massive multi-billion-dollar overhaul of the convention center. Soon, when you look down Lamar Street, all you're going to see is open space. Demolition started earlier this year, as well as a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes. And what makes this tricky is this place is still very much so in use. Halls A, B, and C are staying open and active. And of course, the convention center is serving as the 2026 FIFA World Cup International Broadcast Center through August, while all of this construction is happening around it. When this is done, housing, dining, entertainment, and green space will surround the building. And the new convention center will have 750,000 square feet of exhibit space, 105,000 square feet of ballroom, and more than 30 acres of new developable land around it. City leaders say so far 71 major conventions are signed for 2029 and beyond, representing about $1.9 billion in economic impact already in the books. A major demolition should be done by the end of this year, and they say they are still on track and on schedule to have the full rebuild done by 2029.
Nothing gets more smiles or more tail wags than the doggy adventure bus in the Colony.
And everybody's always waving at me. And I'm the right guy for the job, right? It takes a goofy professional to do this sort of thing.
Turner Denzel Andrew turned the old school bus into a big part of his business.
Okay, everybody sit.
With 13 regular riders that he walks and trains.
It's just a melting pot, man.
Yeah, and I can see your face light up as you're thinking about
man,
them.
those are my babies, man.
But just months after he got the bus up and running, a major setback. Vandals hit almost every window Saturday.
I got a knock on my door about an hour ago from the police. I got probably about 30 feet from it, and I saw just the back windows bashed down. They had to pretty much pick me off of the ground, man.
This is where the bus was parked, and if you look in the grass and along the curb, you'll still find some pieces of broken glass. Police say that this is under active investigation. They're asking anyone with information to reach out. Andrew estimates the damages at least $15,000.
It's a big hit, and as well as I can't work this week. My dogs are all sitting at home right now.
He shared these images with customers and followers. First came the outrage, then came the support.
Love brought us all together. And there are people donating on the GoFundMe. I've never seen their name before.
As police keep investigating and the repairs get started, Andrew says the doggy adventure bus is not done yet.
Oh yeah, she'll be back.
The Republican National Committee talking about a midterm national convention and potentially holding this one in Dallas, Texas, likely sometime this fall. Is this anything other than an opportunity for President Trump to rally Republican voters to get out there to limit losses in Congress?
Jason, you literally said what it was.
Oh.
I mean, that's it. I have nothing else to say about what it is. That's what it is. What else could it possibly be? I mean, especially in a state that is so red. I think there is a lot of momentum behind Democrats right now heading into the midterms. I think the independents, in my opinion, are going to play a really, really big role in what happens in the midterm elections. And I think that Republicans know that. I think they've kind of seen some races, not only in Texas, but in other parts of the country where seats have flipped, and they're a little worried. So the president kind of needs to rally the troops if he's going to hold on to his power.
And to put on another show there, Natalie, though, the RNC does have a lot more money than the DNC and has for a while. Should we expect the Democrats to have something similar?
I mean, I think they would certainly be smart to, but I kind of want to talk about what Ashley was just saying, because I don't know if I completely agree. I almost think that because Texas is so red, that Republicans are coming here and trying to get Democrats to probably do something, not because they are worried about Texas, but because being in an area where the outcome is, or people coming out is such a huge topic and is needed. Yeah. They want to show that Texas is in charge. This is a very red state, and the RNC wants to remind people of that. And if the Democrats, were on top of their game, they would bring something forward too.
We'll see if the RNC spins something up and if the DNC responds too.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas is out with new research showing how rising homeowners insurance premiums are causing a massive financial strain. Those insurance costs are up a whopping 70% from 2019 to last year. It's leading to more delinquencies and even forcing some homeowners to move. There are usually 3 components to mortgage payments, and while the principal stays the same, if property taxes or insurance go up, it can change what you owe each month. 12 years ago, insurance only accounted for about 10% of the average mortgage payment. That had gone up to 14% by last year. And rising premiums caused an extra 31,000 delinquencies in 2022. And the study found rising premiums are causing more relocations. The Fed crunched the numbers and found for every $1,000 a year that homeowners insurance goes up, it raises the possibility that a family will move by a little more than half of 1%.
PEP is such an amazing program or something to be a part of. Our past CEO did like 22 years in prison. Got accepted to PEP, made parole, but told parole that he does not want to go home yet because he wants to complete PEP.
Wow.
I'm thinking to myself, like,
keep me locked up so I can
keep me
finish
locked
this.
up. And I'm like, this brother is crazy. Like, he a madman. This is like just ridiculous. But he did. He completed it, and a couple years later, he became the CEO, and now he's still doing amazing things. So for anybody to want to stay in prison, I'm like, I have to try this.
Next up, we've got a viral haircut and some strange promotions from the Texas Rangers. We've got some stories that we know y'all are talking about. But first, here's Dia Wall with the Japanese drill team that's bringing their talents to Texas.
The wheels on this bus parked a team from around the world at Irving High School. Thanks to a simple ask.
Hey, can we borrow your space? I said, of course you can.
The Toy Tigers drill team opening their doors for more than 100 dancers from Japan to prepare for an international competition in North Texas.
So we're kind of housing them today, showing them we're gonna have fun with them, we're gonna dance with them too.
Thanks to a years-long friendship between these two directors from 2 different countries.
So she thinks that even though the languages that they speak are different, and they kind of like are able to sort of communicate through dance. So yeah, in a way it is sort of a universal language, but it's like something they all share.
See the whole routine when you get done.
And when the music hits,
honestly, it's just such a vibe. It's like we all just suddenly like know what we're doing, and it's like we feel so in sync.
Speak the same language, like even though they don't understand what I'm saying, they understand what I'm saying. I don't do a lot of counts. I'm like boop ba da da. They understand boop ba da da. It's just that energy. We feed off each other. I hope they all just love on each other and how connected we are through dance.
a feeling they can all keep an ocean away.
It's the confidence and sense of accomplishment from dancing on the stage here and sort of bringing that back to Japan.
It's unreal. I'm still in disbelief. This is beautiful.
Baseball teams have long used ballpark promotions to bring fans out with the crowd, and in 1972, the Rangers' first year in Arlington, they had Hot Pants Night, a promotion so popular, even some of the players were distracted.
We had a lot of pretty girls here tonight, and you won out over all of them. How do you feel about it?
Flabbergasted, to say the least. I just can't believe it. I can't say anything. I'm thrilled.
They also gave out a trophy to the oldest contestant in the contest, although she admitted hot pants, not her idea.
Miss Williams won the Hot Pants Award for the oldest contestant in the contest. Miss Williams, how old are you?
72.
So you don't mind coming out showing your legs with the new fat and hot pants?
I don't like it. My husband made me.
I'm clicking on a video with reactions that had me weak. Okay, this is a reminder. Make sure you're on your barber's good side.
Yeah, dude, I said I wanted a mullet, and that's what the barber gave me. I don't think this is a mullet.
It is not. This has been viewed 9 million times on TikTok, and the comments are perfect. Okay, one person said, maybe they didn't hear ye.
That's good. I like that.
Another one
That's
said, how many shillings did you pay? Did you pay for the cut? And somebody said, it'll grow back in a fortnight, my lord. And somebody said, he gave you the 1-2 buckle.
Oh, no. It's a red Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, it's a Lord Farquaad for sure.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
wow.
hither, your haircut is ready, and we shan't take off anymore.
Y'all, you gotta get on TikTok and look at the comments.
Yeah.
But why did he want a mullet, though, in the first place?
You know, mullets have made
are in.
They are.
They
made
made
a
a comeback.
resurgence. You just need to make sure you got the face and the swag to pull off the mullet.
That was not a mullet.
But when
we
he
want to
said,
be
No, that was not. That was not.
For anyone at home, that's not the definition of a mullet by any means whatsoever.
when he said it'll grow back in a fortnight, my lord. Thankfully, Matt's hair grew back after this one.
Oh,
hey,
look at that.
Look how cute you were. I can't even roast you with the Lion King PJs.
Oh, yeah, you know, big Simba fan. But yeah, we were talking about bad haircuts. Power Ranger shirt ready to go.
Oh, my
we're talking about
gosh.
bad haircuts from the 90s, like the mullets. You know, the chili bowl was also a very big thing back then.
All right, that's all for Long Story Shorts. We'll see you back here for a new episode on Friday.